Hello, Kitaholic Kits peeps, how are we all? So I've got a bonus August video for you, a Project Life spread I'm doing today, documenting a holiday from January, which I feel like I'm epically documenting. So nearly there. Yes, as I said, using our August kits, which we are now awaiting the arrival of our September kits, so bring it on. But yeah, so I have just used some of the 12 by 12 pattern papers that came in the kit. I've cut them to size for this spread. I did that all off camera, as I usually do. Pop them into their pockets, and now I'm just going to go through and embellish them all up. So using the acrylic, is that what you call them? Stickers that came in the kit for the month. I'm just going to put, it's not really a title card, I guess. No, not really, just a card, a filler card, I guess, using those stickers just to put the word #relax on there, because that's exactly what we're doing. This was the first official day on the holiday that we went away to, relaxing by the beach, and it was a absolutely stunning day, and we just relaxed, which is exactly what we needed, so it was great. So yes, so I'm using this pink pattern paper, which I don't think it was a paper one, crepe paper. Yes, I think it was the Heidi Swap ones that were in the kit, the main kit for the month, which was a nice soft sort of colour, but still quite funky. So I've just added some chipboard sunnies there, because perfect for the beach, and just adding, felt it needed a border on the edge there. I don't know, it just didn't look finished, so I just grabbed my Sharpie, do a little dash border around, and we're done. And using that Yes Please from the exclusive die cuts. And I think, oh no, it's not done. Get in the game. I only did this layout, or this spread, like 2 hours ago. Literally 2 hours ago. Head's not working today. So I'm just using the stamp set that came in the kit as well. I really loved this like leafy vine kind of stamp. I don't know why, something about it I really love. Has to be something, I don't know, it's one of my favourite stamps. I'm not a big stamping person, but really love this one. Actually, generally just really like this stamp set. So it's a Kaiser Craft one if you're interested to know. If you've just stumbled across this channel. Now, I did more to this card than I realised I did. Sorry guys. Just adding some little Kaiser Craft rhinestones here to add a bit of bling. I thought I kept this one really basic, but obviously I didn't. Where is my memory? I'm sorry. It's Saturday, end of a very long week. So that one is now officially done. So this spread, as you would have said at the beginning, is a bit photo heavy. I don't embellish all the photos this time around, just because there is so many. I do a lot of filler cards, not a lot of journaling, because, as I said, this is a bit of an epic. You would have probably seen a lot of the videos either through Kitaholics or on my channel, with this, documenting this holiday from the beginning of the year. So there's lots of pages in and out throughout our family album and the kids' books that I just don't need to keep journaling, so I didn't bother. So there's lots of, as I said, lots of filler cards and like those sorts of things. So on this one, I just sort of went nuts with the embellishing and prettying up mainly. Lots of bright colours with this one, with the blue skies and everything, with the water and the beach and everything like that. So it was a really bright spread to do, actually, and it also meant that the pictures, I don't think, needed lots added to it. Do a little bit of embellishing, but not a great deal. Not every picture, which is sometimes what I can do depending on, I guess, depending on how many photos there are. You know, to me, if for some reason I think if I start with one photo, then most of the photos have to be embellished. It's just how my brain works. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm up to this this card or this paper, and I thought this looked a little plain. It needed something. Couldn't find. So I'm at the tail end of this kit. Lots of paper left, not lots of embellishments. I've really killed the embellishments here. Probably more chipboard left over than anything else, than the die cuts. So I was a bit stuck what to do. So I went with this chipboard frame kind of piece that says found, and then using one of those word stickers again, I've just put yay in the middle, and then I just used the rhinestones to make like a little spotty border, I guess, to bling it up a little bit, just because, as I said, that pattern paper was a little bit flat for me, as I said, and because this spread is so bright with all the beachy colours and things like that, I just thought it needed more than just a pink and white. And then I thought it needed something else in the middle here. I wasn't sure what. I was actually going to get some paint pens out and then changed my mind. I just went with my white Uniball pen to sort of do a rough outline of the word, which doesn't really work with the white at the top, but it did with the pink, as you'll see. But that's okay. I nearly went a bit nuts with the rhinestones, in that I nearly did a few more extras around that, but sort of had to woo up a little bit. It would have been a little bit too, I think, almost tacky looking, actually, in my opinion anyway. So I sort of wooed up and just did 3 on each of the edges. That will do. I was busting to use this Good Times Plus tan lines. I've been dying to use it since I got the kit. So definitely was using it on this spread, as I knew this was probably going to be the last one I was going to lay out. I would probably do with this for now, with this kit. So I had to make it work. I think I edited a few goes of using it. Yeah, I think I tried to use it on that pink and white paper as well, and it just didn't work. So I decided it needed to be layered up a little bit. It was a bit flat looking. So I layer it with this die cut card, whatever it says, Plant Lady. That doesn't really suit me. So, and couldn't see me using it necessarily on a another layout or anything like that. I'm not much of a gardener, so I decided to use it here as a bit of a contrast against the black and the light blue background. Yeah, it's a bit of a layering between the two, so works in well, I thought. Good way of using it up, so you don't always have to use like you might get pieces in your kits or in an ephemera pack that you may not ever going to use, or you can use them as layering pieces, I've learned. I find those, I think I talked about this in a previous one of these videos actually, the film reels, I don't get them, and I think there was one in this kit, and I was like, I cannot use these, and I discovered that you can use them as a layering piece. So there you go. And there's other things like, you know, you get those wacky animals and things like that. You can always tuck them in somewhere, you know, to step outside the box. They don't have to be what they're there for, what they look like they're designed for. You know, they can always be used, just not always for the intended purposes. Now I do border this one with the white Uniball pen again, just to tie it all in a little bit. And again, I think I've talked about this before, but if you're new to me, I try and use, when I do my Project Life spreads, I do try and keep it sort of flowing, if that makes sense. So I've used the Uniball pen, like the white pen, before to do like a border there, so I might try and use it again like I did now to create a border as well. The Kaiser Craft rhinestones, I'll try and use them, pops of those, not only to create that bling and a bit of sparkle, but to keep that sort of consistency through or continuity through the spread as well. Just flows and happens, especially if you're doing a double page spread. It's really good just so that things, I guess to the eye, it flows over. Now these acrylic words came in the kit as well. I did actually have a little bit of trouble with these ones when I tried to get them off the backing paper this time, in that they were really well stuck to it, which is usually not always the case when things have been sitting for a little bit. So I actually broke a little bit off the top, but they just stuck back together really easily, like one of the I think it was the E or the L, sorry, here of bliss. But as you can see, popped it back together, none the wiser. So originally these two photos were sitting sort of in the bottom of the spread, and there was a card in between, but I sort of changed that up a little bit so it will look a bit different in the end to what it did in the beginning, just because I thought they probably need to sit side by side so they don't look a little bit odd. But yes, as you can see, there's lots of blue, so it's really bright. So it didn't need heaps of embellishing this spread, I didn't think, on the photos and things. I did think it looked a little odd with just the words there, so I do add a little bit of light stamping with the stamp set again, and again using that Stays On ink, so once it dries, it stays stuck to the photo. It's the better one, I think. These cute little funky love hearts. Just the photo from the top, which is all of us walking down to the beach. So I leave the first to last. Why not? And that grateful stamp, which again, I actually really like the font about this stamp. As I said, I'm not much of a stamper, but I really like this stamp set, I have to say, and it's useful, all of it, so very handy. Now I don't complete this little tag piece in because I cannot remember the name of the beach, so I actually have to message my sister-in-law and find out what it was, because I can't remember the name of it. It keeps evading me. So yes, and again, as you can see, I'm just adding 3 little pops of the blingy rhinestones, just so it doesn't look as flat, but again, to add that consistency of elements to the spread. Is that it? No, I don't. That's not it. Oh, and someone has just my tweezers. I have 2 sets of the actual craft tweezers. Them are missing. I haven't crafted in over a week because I started a new job at the beginning of this week, so I haven't been able to really have time to sit at my desk. And do you think I can find either pair? No. So I've had to use a normal, like, beauty pair of tweezers, which is just great. I will have to find them. So, yes, hence the gold tweezers that you just saw. Oh, so I do decide that I wanted to use this bird. It says Paradise at the bottom, and it was a die cut piece, so I just cut it out, cut roughly around the edge of it, use some double-sided foam tape, pop it up on that, and then draw again with the white pen a rough border just to give it a bit more pop from the background. And I think I do some little doodly shapes, I think some hearts and stars. And then I actually think that is called done. Yes, I think it's all finished. So I hope you like this bonus spread. This has just about killed my kit, apart from some papers, a couple of bits of pattern paper left. But there are some up close photos coming up. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you shortly with the September kits. Happy scrapping, peeps. Bye.